people who get instructions, Al-Mahdi, at the end of time. A good dream is a instruction for end-time Islam. At the end of time. It is undoubtedly a good dream or true or which can be seen by believers as special signs from Allah to whom He wills. That's because the impact of prophethood is far from its time, so that Allah will compensate the believers of the last days in the form of good and true dreams as good news and warnings, so that they remain firm in the faith. The Messenger of Allah has confirmed that dreams are good and true is a 146th part of prophethood. From Anas and Ubadah bin Shamit that the Messenger of Allah said, "The dream of a believer is a 46th of prophethood." Narrated by Bukhari, Muslim, Ahmad, Turmudzi and Abu Dawud. The dreams of believers at the end of time are very few lies or come from the devil. When the time is near, the end, many dreams of believers do not lie. And truly the dream among you is the dream of the one who is most honest in word. Hadist Riwayah Muslim. From Abu Hurairah he said, "The Messenger of Allah said, the dream of a Muslim is what he sees, or is shown." And in the Hadith of Ibn Mushir, good dreams are part of the 46 prophets. Hadist Riwayah Muslim. Thus the Messenger of Allah considered his completed prophetic period and remained who received his response, which was agreed upon in the Hadith narrated by Bukhari. The Messenger of Allah said, "Not accepted from prophethood unless rejected." They asked, "What is that, O Messenger of Allah?" The Prophet replied, "Dreams are good or true." History of Hadith. Bukhari. This hadith confirms that even if one receives good and true dreams, as part of prophethood, as experienced by Muhammad Qasim, it does not mean then make someone like Muhammad Qasim a prophet. Because there is no more prophet after the death of the Prophet Muhammad. Characteristics of people who get instructions, Al-Mahdi. The Messenger of Allah said, "If only one day in the world, Allah would lengthen the day so that He sent him a man from my temple whose name is similar to mine and his father's name is similar to my father's name. He will fill the earth with righteousness and justice as before it was filled with injustice and persecution." History of Hadith. Abu Dawud. 9435. The Messenger of Allah said, "Al-Mahdi of my descendants. His forehead is wide. Sharp nose." Sunan Abu Dawud. Because the instructions are still lacking. How do you do it? Next, to find out the real Al-Mahdi before taking bayat. A. Look for sources from authentic hadith regarding their characteristics. B. Understanding the name of the title of Al-Mahdi and matching it with today's reality. Al-Mahdi. It means someone who will get directions from God at the end of time. Imam Mahdi. Imam means leader. Mahdi means the one who gets guidance. From the name of the title it is clear that Imam Mahdi is the one who is guided. The next important question is, the clue is through what? The Messenger of Allah said, "There is nothing left of prophethood except warnings." They asked, "What are the warnings?" Rasulullah replied, "Dream good or true." Hadith narrated by Bukhari. The Messenger of Allah when finished from the dawn prayer asked, "Did any of you have a dream last night?" He continued, "Indeed there is nothing left after me, my death, anything from prophethood other than a true dream." Hadith narrated by Abu Dawud 4363. And this is the last message from the Prophet before his death. Dari Abdullah bin Abbas he said, "The Messenger of Allah once revealed curtains, and his head was wrapped, bandaged, with a cloth because of illness, which eventually caused him to die. Then he said, 'O Allah, I have conveyed,' he repeated it 3 times. 'Verily there is no prophecy left, hint, except a true dream. Namely a dream that a Muslim saw or was shown to a servant.' Hadith narrated by Ibn Majah and Nasai. Sahih. The Messenger of Allah said, "If you all see the black banner coming from the direction before Khorasan, so welcome it, even if you have to crawl on the snow. Verily, in the midst of the banners is the Khalifa of Allah, who is guided." It means Al-Mahdi. Ibn Majah, Abu Nuaym and Al-Hakim. From these hadiths, the Prophet saw clearly as hints that there will be someone at the end of time who is guided through dreams. Those who are guided at the end of time are called or given the title Al-Mahdi. Muhammad Qasim bin Abdul Karim's dreams are full of warning and good news for every human being who is still live in this world. This is because his dreams are also related to the turmoil of the end times, whose time is very near. Muslims should be able to make preparations and various steps to minimize the impact before it all happens. If only the scholars and Islamic leaders won't pay attention to these dreams of Muhammad Qasim, because the solution is in Muhammad Qasim's dreams itself, based on direct instructions from Allah SWT. Conclusion. Based on the prophecy of the Messenger of Allah above, it is a natural thing when people who have researched Muhammad Qasim's dreams begin to think that Muhammad Qasim is the Mahdi that Allah's apostle promised. Moreover, Qasim did not bring any new Sharia nor anything that contradicted the Quran and Hadith. And no less important, he also never claims that he is Al-Mahdi. In fact, he always balks at being associated with Al-Mahdi.